How's it going? This is So Like You Know, the podcast your mother warned you about. I'm Bo.
And I'm JP.
And this is the show for September 20th.
2222222.
Yeah, all the twos. 02202222. 02202020. There we go. I said it right. Today's the, that only time it's going to happen in 100 years or something like that. Either way. Because it's 022. 022. No, it's a different day. It's a different day.
No, it's this day.
It is this day?
Yeah, 02 with the... was it when you can scramble a word to make another word?
Ambergram, Sam?
2020.
One of those. Hi, Liz. So yes, but this is So Like You Know. Make sure you guys check us out every Thursday, 9:30 Mountain Standard Time. We like to talk to you. And if you miss out the show, we also post stuff on our Facebook page, which links to our Twitter and all that fancy shiznizzle. But it's all at SLYK Radio, so you can follow us throughout the week and let you know what you want us to know.
Yay! We're wordsmith.
I was taking a nap because I had a headache. Anyways, so glad you guys are here to join us. Toot toot Faptember. Yes, that. Palindrome. Yes, thank you.
There it is.
So yeah, their beer is not on their page.
Are you kidding me?
Yep. There's nowhere on the internet. So just wing it. I think there's some stuff on the bottle.
Surgeon General warning.
Milk stout with coffee and vanilla. Oh yeah, there. It's right there.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, it's not on their webpage.
I think we had that one.
I'm not sure. There's a lot of good ones because Fieldhouse is just good beer. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. Moving forward, as you know, we always like to start our show with the intro to the craft brew.
In review,
Mr. Pizzle, what are we drinking?
tonight we are drinking the Caramel Macchiato Stout from Funkworks Brew or Fieldhouse Beer Works. Funkworks is something else.
Yep.
They also have good beers.
Funkworks makes good beer, yeah.
And they don't have it on the website, so I'm just going to read it to you. It is a stout, obviously, with a 5.8 ABV. While some people like to start their day with the hot caramel macchiato, we think it should end yours with a coffee stout. Plenty of vanilla, coffee, caramel, malt to make the flavor for this beer drinker and coffee drinkers alike.
Coffee stout. That is some thick head. This almost seems like a nitro stout. Huh, either way. It smells fantastic, and it's probably going to keep my ass awake.
No. I forgot about that.
That's coffee. That's beer coffee. Yeah, I'm excited for that. That is most delicious. So, moving forward, we got Slick Feed.
Where we geek on your week.
So, I think I've posted this on the Slick page before, but it's been in English or UK Parliament for a little while now. The UK just recently voted that by July of this year, or is it this year, implementations need to be started that all charging systems for cell phones are going to be unified into one USB-C. So the USB micro is going to be removed, which is a standard on damn near everything right now. Mm-hmm. And they want to get rid of the lightning cable, claiming that it's going to get rid of landfill stuff.
Your box of wires that's going to make it smaller.
Yeah.
But by making it non-proprietary, they're making it
yes.
Yes, that word that I just said.
So, yeah, they've made it extreme proprietary. And I don't think anyone owns the patent on USB-C, so it should cost down on prices a little bit, but it's not like any cell phone manufacturer is going to change the way they do that.
I'm for USB-C because the new PlayStation 5 is going to be their controller is USB-C.
Well, I'm not against it. And the thing about USB-C, it can charge up to 20 volt. I know, Liz, I agree. Almost everyone right now has an adapter to make lightning cables work, an adapter to make USB-C mini cables work. Standardizing the cable system could ultimately be effective, and I'm not against that. It's just their rationale that it's going to get rid of landfill is a bunch of bullocks. Because all they're going to do is take everything that's currently all over the place, and all that's going to go in the landfill.
Mm-hmm.
Because full-length cables aren't going to work. You're going to need to get a USB-C with a little adapter. So, yeah, it's just going to increase landfill use for a little while. I'm not against it, but I am... my statement is it shouldn't be happening so aggressively. I think maybe this is a 3 to 4 years down the line when most people's stuff is definitely going to be outdated AF.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking more along the lines of like, yeah, let's do this. Let's say
it's
after
a 5-year plan.
Yeah, 5-year plan. In 5 years, everything needs to be standardized to a certain charging cable, certain charging capabilities. Quite honestly, the whole of the cable systems is goofy anyways. Really, by 5 years, if almost everything isn't solidly freaking wirelessly charging, we've already failed majorly.
Make your pop sockets wirelessly charging capable.
Oh my god, it's so ridiculous.
It's like,
I shouldn't have to buy a custom one. That's not much space. Just make it so it charges. I mean, I'm glad PopSocket did the newer types where it like unclicks. I can kind of make it work. But regardless, it's like we have 2 wireless charging stands in our house and neither of them get used. Because
the pop socket.
Yeah. There was one that I got. It was a little cheapo. If I pull it out of its housing, I have just the wireless charging coil right there. It works. But I can have no paper. I can have literally nothing. It's the absolute bare ass minimum. Yeah. It's like, just make it slightly easier. Liz says, what will I do with my Hydra cable that has Lightning C and micro USB?
Keep it, because it still has a C on it.
I'll say for now it's useful. I mean, the new iPhone cables are USB-C to Lightning. And they did that in a hope to... Well, I mean, already they're taking advantage of the faster charging. USB-C, like I said, it's up to 20 volts. It's a higher amperage. So you can get that faster charge, which, a lot of these other phones have already had. It's just, Microsoft was trying to stay proprietary because you make more money like that. I don't blame them.
Apple.
They're Apple, yeah. And I don't blame them. I mean, that's how that shit works. And a lot of their stuff that is proprietary is better. Like their charging cables for their laptops. Why not every laptop in the world is a magnetic little thing that snaps on? Don't get me wrong. I hate MacBooks. They're a terrible product and no one should buy them. Cool. But that is freaking smart because you know what happens when a dog runs by it?
Bam! There goes your phone or your laptop.
Yeah, so if it's all magnetic and it falls off. Why is it not all like that? Not to mention these goofy ass little holes, man. You know what these do? They fill up with dirt. I have to dig like pocket lint out of this probably once a year.
And your speakers stop working because of it.
Oh, so goofy. No, I'm totally for the innovation of that change, but the I don't know. I think like all of them should come with magnetic things. I've seen those things on Facebook where it's like a little magnetic push-in. JP's pulling it up right now. A little magnetic thing where you can shove it in the hole and it auto snaps to it all the time, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
And I'm probably gonna get it now that I finally have a Bluetooth stereo in my car.
Yay! Because it's just so easy. Because like sometimes like you'll take a corner in a little rougher than stuff and your phone just like flies off. Yep. It's like, oh, did I break the cable?
Yep.
But yeah, that looks pretty cool.
No, I firmly believe all this crap should move over to magnetic.
That's awesome because then you don't have it. If you're sometimes when you're in the bed using your phone, you have this cable attached to you, and it's like, but if it's at a right angle.
How many times have you fallen asleep with your phone charging?
Plenty of times, but on the nightstand though.
But I'm just saying, like, if it was charging and it was in your hand, you passed out because you were drunk. It was late at night. You were really into that YouTube video, and it falls in. Now you have an anchor to the cable that you're rolling around in.
Yeah, and then it's actually caused some fires because like people have actually snapped that cable because it's coming straight off the charging port.
Yeah,
but 90 degree, it seems pretty sweet.
This is Hail Hydra. Yeah, so I see this as progressive. If they make it too aggressive, people are just going to drift to it. Trump's going to be like, oh, freaks.
Oh, cool. You can get replacements.
You can.
Just in case.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to get one just because I don't have a reason to plug in anymore. That was my big thing, because I'd have to go in the car, or I'd have to plug my thing in, and I was like, this is stupid.
No, you don't.
Yep. Then I just snack by lapping. But, yeah, so good shit. Anyways. Ooh, those ones glow. I bet you those break so fast. I want to find the best one, because that's all that matters to me. Oh, you... Okay, I was about to say, you bitches. Yeah, that magnetic stuff is just cool. Alright, so... Anyways, speaking of wasteful, Jeff Bezos. He is the president of Amazon, if you guys didn't know. He has... So we've brought up Amazon in the past. People share everything on Amazon all over the time. You know, in reference to their complete and total tax evasion due to whatever thing they can do. And recently a whole bunch of people have been going after Amazon in a way of asking them to be a little more green. Because I bet you, as of right now, they're probably one of the top producers of landfill plastics. Because all of their shit comes in plastic. Or it comes in, like, cardboard with plastic lined in it.
And then the plastic little airbags that
yep.
come with it as
There's
well.
There's so much plastic that comes out of Amazon. They'd probably be a great company to actually start doing a little more green stuff. I'd pay... I can honestly say I'd pay an extra $1 if it meant I could have, biodegradable packaging.
Mm-hmm.
It's $1. If you're buying shit off Amazon, $1 is not that big of a deal to you. If it is, get the fuck off Amazon. Anyways.
You can't, because we've already had you.
So, Jeff Bezos, in an attempt to, kind of help this scenario, is taking advantage of his more philanthropic ideals and has donated $10 billion, which is amazing, to climate change efforts.
I find that a little insulting, because he could have donated that $10 billion to his space program. How else are we going to get to Mars, people, if it's not through private companies?
That's the only way we're really going to get there.
How much did he already sink into his space program?
So much. He's worth $150 billion overall. He's an absolutely filthy rich individual. But I do hope that this is just a beginning step, because $10 billion is just a drop in the bucket.
For him, yeah.
Yeah, well, not even for him, for in the efforts that are ultimately going to be required. But I'm a lot of people are bitching like, oh, you're worth $150 billion and you only did $10 billion. I'm like, at least he's doing something. I know he avoids the taxes shit, and every company does that. And if you're that rich, you would do it too. We're bitching because we're poor.
Hello,
and I'm going to keep bitching. It's just me. But, regardless. It's
the huge gap between middle class and upper class.
Oh, it's absurd.
Elite class.
It's absolutely... What was it? I saw a thing the other day. It was, if you lived in the Byzantine Empire and put in $10,000 into savings, and then had like a certain percentage to it, and then nowadays you still would only have like a percentage, like 10% of what the richest person in the world, or richest person in the 1% has. It's absurd. So, yeah. Hi, Tara. So, yeah. But either way, like I said, I'm happy that he is doing this, and I'm really glad that this may be the cool thing to do, even if they're not green people. If it's the cool thing, and that's what they do so they stay relevant, that still sounds like progress to me. So, yeah. I still think it's pretty cool. Alright, something that bothered me. A lot of you know, I hate the Orange Goblin. But that's me. That's alright. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and I'm not saying you're bad or good depending on, Republican, Democrat, because that shit doesn't matter. All that matters is that you vote and your opinion gets out there. Please keep doing that. But recently, so he was just in the Springs a few hours ago doing his rallies, wasting taxpayers' monies to get people to vote for him, even though he's the only Republican person on the thing. Shutting down our whole freaking city.
Yeah.
During his speech, he had the unnecessary gall to attack the movie Parasite, stating, wait, hold on, some dumb bullshit. I'm getting there. Shit. There we go. So during his speech tonight, he said, in reference to Parasite, and the winner is a movie from South Korea. What the hell is that all about? I got enough problems with South Korea with trade. On top of that, they gave them the best movie year. Was it good? I don't know. So he didn't even watch the damn thing. Let's get Gone with the Wind back, please. Sunset Boulevard, so many great movies. AKA, he's stuck in the past. So dipshit goes in, insults a different person. First time in in history that a movie outside of the U.S. with subtitles gets Film of the Year, which is very well freaking deserved.
Yes, it's
Dumbass.
very good. Go watch it.
It's so good. It's so freaking good. And yeah, so he's just gonna hate on them for no reason. And in the same line of speech, he's picking on Brad Pitt, calling him pansy or something like that, or know-it-all. But what made me very happy is Parasite's retort. So the U.S. distributors, in reference to that, just went on Twitter and they made one simple tweet. Said, understandable. He can't read. That made me so happy. So anyways, yes. Dumbass doesn't understand, and he's insulting things that he has never seen. But anyways, you guys should go out and see Parasite. It's exceptional, especially if you're into thriller, teetering on horror. But it's so well written and such a well-rounded story. It's very well deserved. So get your asses out there and go watch it. What is this?
This is like putting people of social status to see like what's comparing them to steps. And like half the people in the United States are at the base or the very first step, which is almost 200 million people who can't even get up one step in the system. Those in the 80th percentile are like 4/5 of Americans are on the fifth step. Jeff Bezos is 133 miles.
Holy shit!
Up
ahead of everyone else. Damn. That's more than 24 consecutive Mount Everest stacked on top of each other.
I was like, there was an analogy. I'm like, it's a really good one between like ultra elite versus middle class.
Oh yeah.
Which is these guys right here.
Yeah. Can you imagine someone of that tier coming into like our houses and just looking around and being like, ugh.
Oh, things don't just work for you? Why is this broken?
Yep.
Why don't you just
buy a new one?
Get your assistant to get another one.
That's how it works, dipshit. So, yeah. Liz says in reference to Parasite, he says, he's going to hate on the movie. It would have involved him actually to read. Yeah. LOL Parasite peeps, and I had the same retort, #winning. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, yeah. I don't know. Honestly, there's a lot of good horror regular movies, thriller, action that are subtitled
from different countries.
And y'all should get out there and watch them. There's a lot of great French ones, Japanese, South Korean,
Indonesian.
Dude, Bollywood is good too. I suggest sitting it down. It's just entertaining.
But yeah, with Parasite winning, hopefully this opens up the gate to the Western audiences. It's like how anime has slowly seeped into everything.
It really
and I'm real happy about it because you don't have to be like, I like anime. It's like, ugh, cartoons. I was like, people get it.
Yeah, it took a long time. It really took a long time. I mean, because you sit down and you watch some of this stuff, especially anime, and you're like, oh, there's a significant storyline to this. There's good plot. There's great character development.
Oh yeah.
So
They have that hero story like down pat.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, he's going through hardships. Will he make it? Will he?
Oh yeah, no doubt. So yeah, excellent job, Parasite. Orange Goblin, you suck. But moving forward, Shell, you guys know her. She's one of our fantastic slick content providers. We always want to make sure tell you about her. She does excellent cosplays. So make sure you follow her at Shellshock Cosplay. At Shellshock Cosplay, sorry. And when she's not doing that, she's part of her fantastic sword equestrian awesome jousting group known as the Knights of the Tempest. So make sure you follow them at Knights of the Tempest. You can just Google that, figure out them there and all of their platitudes. But there is a show coming up May? JP's going to look it up right now. But if you go to their website, knightsofthetempest.com, you can actually pull up any of their shows that are going to be happening, coming, stuff that's in the past. And you can follow them on Twitter at Knights Tempest. So we got it right here. And
Live action adventure.
Dude.
Where,
It is. Keeps going down.
Upcoming.
Upcoming. Oh my. Well, they're going to be at the Colorado Medieval Festival, but I don't have the right dates. But you guys should check that out. I need to give them crap for not updating their website.
Oh, is it? Oh, this is 2019.
Yup.
Y'all.
Yup. So, yeah, we'll have to remember to give her crap for that one. But, yeah, no. So they're pretty fantastic. You guys should check them out. Anyways, speaking of checking things out, if you're here and it's the first time you've seen us, we highly suggest you do the @SOYK thing. Become one of our Sly Knights, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitch, and subscribe on YouTube, all at SOYK Radio, because we give you plenty of content. We're here weekly. We give you as much as we can. We try to fill your ear holes with as much joy as possible. Speaking of fearing cool shit, David Tennant is going to be at Denver Comic Con 2020, and that makes me super happy, as you can tell by my complete lack of ability to speak. So
it was awesome to watch him get interviewed. And I can't even speak either. Yeah, but he had a lot of amazing
He
stories.
watched him. There were clothes. We excite.
I streamed it.
Me see Denver Con.
Denver.
Or sorry, Denver Pop Culture Con. I apologize. That is what it's named now. Because
DPC squared.
DPC squared? DPCC? DPCs. DPZs.
DPZs. Welcome to the DPZs.
DPZs. DPZs 2020. I actually kind of like that. DPZs. DPZs? DPZs. 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 It's starting to sound like it's a sound. Mm-hmm. Like something that happens when you're jackhammering. Oh my gosh. Anyways.
Yay.
Alright, I'm failing something fierce right now, so let's move on to the next section. The the slick tube.
Tube Slickers.
So, this one surprised me when I got it. Well, okay, it surprised me, not surprised me. It is Netflix, so Netflix is trying to get their hands on everything. We actually have a few Netflix things in the news today. But, according to the Blizzard president, on his personal LinkedIn page, he had recently posted that a anime version of Diablo and Overwatch are coming to Netflix. Mm-hmm. Now, there is next to no more information on this. There has been no confirmations. There has been no denials. It's just been like, really?
As far as I knew, it was just Diablo. Overwatch is new to me.
Mm-hmm.
That they were doing that. But since they had that runaway success with Part 1 of Castlevania,
mm-hmm.
and then they finished it off, I was like, you motherfuckers, give us the rest of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those... Hi, Kristen! It's one of those things is that you end up in the scenario where it's like Netflix has proven they can do anime.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would take Berserk and redo it, the second one.
It would be amazing.
Or at least make more. Then I might actually force me to go back and watch the second one. So they've proven they can do anime, and it's already been very proven that all the little shorts that Overwatch releases are very popular with fans.
They're well received.
So, I mean, just looking at an expanded version of all those little shorts that Overwatch and Blizzard has been giving us, not to mention all the comic series from Overwatch, Diablo, being able to expand on that would be absolutely fantastic, and I would be so jazzed to see that. And especially with the sequels that are coming out soon for Overwatch as well as Diablo. Overwatch 2, which, you know, is different.
Mm-hmm. It's going to have PvE in it.
Yeah. So, that one's going to be weird. That's going to be weird. But I'm still excited and I want to play it. Anyways, yeah. Very jazzed for that. But, next bit of shiznizzles. Let me... Did I get it in here? Black. Is it this one? I did not. Okay, I'm going to have to add this real quick. Right here. And then this. And this. So this, as you guys can see on the screen, I will move it into a better place. Right there. I am excited for this. Because the first season was fantastic. It really was. And it ended with us on a cliffhanger. And it made me very happy. It was so well done. Umbrella Academy, if you guys are like, what the hell is he talking about? He hasn't actually said anything. Mm-hmm. So Umbrella Academy Season 2, we're looking at coming out pretty soon, very hopefully. But if you guys have not watched Umbrella Academy yet, you should get off your lazy eyeballs, get to TV, watch. But really quick, spoilers. While my thumb is up, spoilers. At the end of it, they end up going to a different time. And so you end up in the scenario where it's like, oh, and then the poster's like, when are they? So that all makes me very happy. I'm very excited for that. I want to see where they go with this because it's so well done.
Right.
And then we end up in the scenario where it's really cool is that, you know, Gerard Way he's on tour right now, you know, and we're doing that stuff, which is really exciting, and I'm still sad I don't get to go see My Chemical Romance. But that means if this is on his way, he's also been doing that. So he's not slowing down, which is really cool. So I'm very excited for him. I'm very excited for more of Umbrella Academy because it's a very well-written show. So, yeah. All right.
Yeah, and Dickon's in there.
What?
From Game of Thrones.
Oh. Dick on in there.
Dick on in there.
Just dick on in there, buddy. It's okay. Just do it. Yeah. Anyways. Next pitch. More Netflix news.
Yay, Netflix.
Yeah. Told you. Lots of Netflix stuff. A Borderlands movie. Okay, so we're going to say Netflix. This was either going to be a Netflix movie or another one, but I'm not sure. But a Borderlands movie is currently in production by Eli Roth. Not reportedly, not going to start, not the script is written. It's in production. It's happening.
Nice.
Not a title thing I was expecting to see in the news.
No, not Borderlands. But, like, Borderlands is so... Every character they have is so animated. So, like, why would you not think that they could
I know, right? No, Kristen, you did not miss the Borderlands discussion.
Welcome to Borderlands.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know Eli Roth, he has been involved and directed many movies, including Cabin Fever, Inglourious Bastards, Hostel, which, as far as I'm concerned, really kind of started his rise into, you know, where it was a recognizable name. So, between Eli Roth and Lionsgate, they're both going to be producing a Borderlands movie. And like Kristen says, it's very intrigued because it's Eli Roth. There's a lot of capability here because he's a very capable director, writer. And what we could get from this could be really good. especially with the rise of the video game movie concept. The next segment right now is what we're going to talk about is Sonic the Hedgehog just recently set world records for being the biggest video game opening ever at $57 million.
Which, what was it compared to like Pikachu, Detective Pikachu?
Detective Pikachu, I think, was 37 million, 35 million.
Wow, it's like 20 million above.
Yeah, significantly higher. So they've done really well with the video game thing, as long as they are true to the material. Because if Sonic would have come out and the writer and the producer wouldn't have listened to us, it would have
monumental backlash.
It would have bombed. So Jeff Fowler is actually the creator for the Sonic movie.
He isn't the director. He didn't really have much to his name.
Yeah. But he went to Twitter and he said, "There's one word in my head this morning, and it's gratitude. Thank you for all the amazing people who helped me with the Sonic movie, and most importantly, thank you for the fans sticking with us and delivering an extraordinary record-breaking weekend. Much love to all of you." So, I mean, I think that's beautiful, and I'm really glad that, he came to the internet to really show his appreciation. And, yes, Liz, we saw Sonic. It was fantastic. It was very well done, and I was very happy. Here's the thing. I was with the people who were bitching. That's adorable. And I can't bitch. Have a studio spend the time and millions of dollars to change something and then not go see it. It doesn't work that way. If you bitch and you do nothing about it,
and they change it,
you're just a whiny bitch.
Well, if we bitch and they didn't change it, then
that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't have seen it anyway.
Yeah, it's like bitching about the government and not voting.
Because
this one doesn't matter unless you do both of them.
I mean, you can, but it's like
no one's gonna listen to you.
Are you even part of this country?
Yeah. Are you even relative? Anything you have to say even relevant? Are you Are you a squeaky shoe? So yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, but it was pleasantly surprising. Jim Carrey was Jim Carrey in that movie.
He was. And Jim Carrey has fallen back into the Jim Carrey mindset and role. Yeah, I mean, he let himself drift and do the kind of crazy thing for a little while.
I want to see his art.
And that's all I'm going to say is I want to see more of his art. I want to see what came out of that. So,
it's
yeah.
Really
but
good.
So in reference, like I said, to all of this, I'm excited for what's capable here. And especially with Sonic and us seeing how, when we all get together, how successful we can be to letting a company know to be like, hey,
dude, there's a shit ton of reference material.
Can you make this proper to what we know and what we grew up with?
I mean, it's not. I think they loosely translated it from what it could have been.
Oh yeah, but it was still Sonic.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's 25 plus games.
Yeah,
throughout the years.
It's Sonic, and he fought Egghead. That was the important part. Also, if you guys haven't seen it yet, hang around for there's an end scene, and you need to watch that
after the animated credits.
Yeah. Was there one at the very end, or was it just that? Because it was like a
there's
end. Then there was a one kind of end, and then there was an end to end. But I couldn't remember if it was before the full roll or the very end.
After the scene ended, then it was like a different scene.
Animated credits, and then it was that.
And then animated credits, and then it was that final one.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This says, my pet peeve. People hate it when I tell them to shut up after I find out they didn't vote. Agreed. Completely agreed. So, yeah. If you're going to bitch, do something about it. Otherwise, your opinion means absolutely nothing.
Just like your vote, because you didn't vote.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, remember, all the small votes add up. Not the presidential one, obviously that doesn't matter. But everything else, the people who you get to vote for you, who vote for you in the House, and the stuff you vote locally, all those things are so important. So make sure you put out those primary ballots, get all that shit in, and then get your opinion heard, because that's the only time your opinion even matters. Outside of that, your government doesn't care.
Yep. Don't you forget it.
Yep. So anyways, going back into SlickTube, Liz says, I hung out after Birds of Prey to the detriment of my bladder. Was there supposed to be a scene or just a voice comment?
Just a voice.
It's just a voice. That's all it was. So, yeah.
I think they were playing on Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
What they usually do.
They were. I agree with that. So, yeah. And, honestly, like I said, Birds of Prey was a good movie. I don't think it's gotten enough praise for what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I don't know. I think it has nothing to do with, this anti-feminism part of the movement and the angry, grumpy white men. I think it has more along the lines of DC has scared a lot of people away from their movies. They haven't impressed us consistently. Whereas with Marvel, it's been like success, 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 success. And then DC, it's been like...
Are you counting Iron Man 2?
What is that? And then it was... 3? I liked 2 and 3. But I'm also less picky than most people. But then there's still DC where it's like, oh, that was interesting. That was, Batman. Batman's great. Oh, they fucked up Batman. How did they fuck up Batman? Superman. Oh, Superman. So it has been a very aggressive roller coaster with DC.
I agree.
Where Marvel, even if there's parts you don't like, it's still been this.
And everything's canon.
And then but it's still here. And it's,
everything's connected.
Yes.
While, like, yours, it's kind of like a brain. Like, it's just like, it's going out to every ether. And it's like, what about this movie? Oh, it's not connected with this movie. What about this movie? It's not connected with this movie. I was like, what's happening?
Yep. So, yeah, I mean...
Because, like, the new Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, I was just like, wow.
It was like, so good. That should be canon.
Not part of DCEU. I was just like, oh, okay.
That deserves...
I think they put that out there because they thought that movie was going to flop hard.
They just didn't realize.
And they're just like, it's non-canonical. I was just like, oh.
The other thing, too, is there's never been a Joker movie.
No.
And they finally did a Joker movie, and they did it freaking right.
But then they would kind of have to negate, like, Heath Ledger's, like, Joker.
Well, I mean, the Jokers...
If they want to stick in that universe.
It's true, but all the Jokers have been slightly different. Because you look at Leto's takes a big old steaming shit on Ledger's. It's just like, he took it, and then he drew pictures on Leto. Or on Ledger's. There's a void between them. They're not even the same character.
Who's the first Joker?
It's not a Joker and a Joker. It's like a Joker and a Joker.
Jack Nicholson?
The first one?
Yeah.
You mean the first one, or like...
No, like the first one movie-wise.
I think Jack Nicholson was the first one. You're talking about from our growing ups? Yeah.
Okay. Because, like, I never thought, like, anyone would have beaten that Joker. And then, like, you saw Heath Ledger's performance of it, and I was like, that's fucking amazing. And then, unfortunately, he passed away. And then you're just like, no! And then it's like, here's Jared Leto's Joker. Mm-hmm. You're just like, you did good.
I've liked all the other Jokers. I have. They've all had their different quirks, but they all felt like the character.
Mark Hamill's Joker is probably the best one for me.
I think Heath Ledger's my favorite.
Oh, man.
Mark Hamill's my favorite voice.
Oh.
Don't get me wrong. He sounds the most like the Joker. But Heath Ledger, it was a full embodiment of the character. The madness. And it was the madness of the Joker in the 90s to early 2000s Joker that I got more used to and kind of grew up reading.
I see that.
So, and that's why I liked him so much, and why Leto was just wasn't Joker. They should have had him play a different mob boss. He was a mob boss. Oh. I think he could have rocked some other mob boss. It was just not the Joker.
Was it Black Mask or Black Skull in Birds of Prey?
Mm-hmm.
Like, his portrayal, I'm just like...
He probably could have played that. Yeah.
I was like, oh, man, that would have been a
good Joker. They could have
Joker.
flipped those two characters.
I was like, that would have been a good Joker.
Yeah, so... Anyways, Liz says, I agree, it's kind of cringe time before I walk into a DC movie. I cross my fingers, sacrifice my soul, etc. to a good movie into existence. And it's true.
But lately, they've been pretty good to, like, entertaining with their movies that have come out for the DC.
I mean, Aquaman, Wonder Woman are absolutely fantastic.
Shazam.
Shazam was really good. The Superman movies, it's about a 50-50 for the audience, it seems.
Because we know Superman already. It's like, now that they're giving us heroes that haven't had that time in the big screen as much, it's like, oh, this is something new.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
And then it's just like, oh yeah, Flash is on hold indefinitely. I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing? There's not been a Flash movie, like, on the big screen. I know it's on the little screen. They've had, like, movies.
They need a good Flash movie. I know the Silver Surfer movie is being planned right now. That one needs to come out. I know that's Marvel, but I'm just saying characters that are sidestepped, and we need those. So we need the Flash. I'd be fine with an actual Arrow movie. I gotta be honest.
Yeah. Nightwing.
If it were Stephen Amell, I'd be even happier. But yeah, Nightwing, Red Hood. And there's so many DC characters that could really get an intro story that would lead to an expansive, like, Super Friends, like a proper Super Friends.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be so damn good. Liz says Heath Ledger's Joker is my fave. Yeah, so
I would have to agree. Out of all the things, but like, it's just
that
Mark Hamill's
iconic.
Mark Hamill's like laughter as the Joker is so iconic.
Oh yeah, no, there's absolutely no denying that. If you do deny it, you're psycho.
It blew my mind a little bit when I found out like Mark Hamill was the same person as Luke Skywalker. I'm like, like no, he's like the ultimate good, but then he's the ultimate crazy bad.
Yes. Liz says, have you seen the Crisis on Infinite Earth crossover? No. I stopped watching the CW stuff.
So much.
Yeah. It is about season 3 of Arrow because there was so much and then I had to watch everything to stay caught up.
In a specific order.
It doesn't help that I don't have real TV. So then I was going to have to steal every single one to watch it.
Or wait till Netflix.
And I don't have that interest. So, yeah, I mean...
The way that Netflix is pumping out things, like, it's just going to get left in the wayside. Because every season is, like, 22 episodes at 45 minutes apiece? That's a lot of time. And
there's too much filler. I think...
Daniel, I know, has, like, caught up with everything. I was like, dude, I was like...
I would have been more... I'm finding out that I'm a bit more happy with shows that have 8 to 12 episodes. They're very well thought out. They're very expansive, and there's no stupid-ass filler.
Right.
So, like, right now, I'm really enjoying Picard because that's what it is. They're really, really well fussed out. And it's so well done. So, I mean, this is what I strive for. The Mandalorian was 8 episodes. It was very well thought out.
Yep.
And that's what it is. That's what I want. I don't need 22 episodes just to fill my eyeballs with data. It doesn't matter. I don't retain all that, and most people don't because it's not that interesting. Give me real solid story. That's what I was like telling JP. We were talking about this a few weeks ago, like Rick and Morty. I'm glad this new one isn't that long, but quite honestly, I would be fine with if they were to do every 3 weeks Rick and Morty. Every 2 weeks Rick and Morty. Like, give me an episode. Make my ass wait. Not, now I have to wait 2 years.
Like, spread it out.
Yeah, spread it out a shit ton more. I'd be like, if you could give it, like, you slowly work on it, then I get an episode every 3 weeks, even once a month.
3 weeks is a long time.
But
I think
what's
2
longer,
weeks.
Like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, or 2 years?
I don't know. I think two weeks is good because 3 weeks, like, people forget that it comes out.
I don't know.
And it's like because we were talking about the episodes for like the whole week, making references to it.
Oh yeah,
and
no
then
doubt.
I think it gives people who had missed it to catch up on that weekend, and then they could talk about it for that week. And then, yeah, I think like 2 weeks is the sweet spot for that.
Yeah. But I mean, one way or the other, it's still like, I don't need it once a week.
No.
It doesn't need to happen once a week.
And would you like the Rick and Morty, or any type of episodes, do you want it to be like a standalone where you can watch it by itself and not have to link it with other things? Or do you want like a weird underlying, like,
I like the way it is where you can watch it, but you kind of need the whole story. Because that was the thing. It was when I first started watching Rick and Morty, Shell had me watch like an episode part of the way through the first season. I was like, this is stupid. I don't get people's interest in this. Because once I watched the first episode and I got
understood the references.
Yeah, I need the reference and I needed the dynamic, and I was like, oh, there's an actual kind of background story to this. I can get down with this. That explains why he's a drunk. And you find out a little more. Why is Morty such a little bitch? Why is Summer annoying? So yeah, you need to find out a bunch of that stuff. So yeah. Liz says, sorry, stepping back, in reference to Crisis Infinite crossover, you can watch without having to catch up. But it feels like I'm cheating.
What does that even mean?
It feels like I'm cheating. I don't know. I'm not good with that one. I'm not saying you're wrong. It just it seems weird to me to watch mid of a show when I don't really understand all the characters. No, wrong. No, I understand Crisis on Infinite Earth. I've read the comic. I know all the characters, but still, it's weird. So, anyways, we're on to our last segment, the craft brew
in review.
So we have been drinking from Fieldhouse Brewing's Caramel Macchiato Stout, which is a 5.8% ABV. It is coffee.
Pretty much. No sweetener. Ooh, could we mix like half and half in there?
Oh, dude. Like the whole time we've been drinking this, I have Bailey's downstairs, and I was like, oh, I could do that. Actually, I might do that just to be like, okay, now I know. I'm going to save that much for Bailey's.
Okay.
So, yeah. It's coffee. It tastes like a cold brew nitro from Dutch Brothers.
Yes.
So
which is dangerous because it's a 5.8 ABV.
That could wreck you real quick. So if you guys are into coffees, you're in the smooth drinking. It has a nice vanilla undertone to it. It's a 4.5 for me because it's coffee.
I say that too.
So
I always rate Fieldhouse like pretty much around their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If it's real shitty, they won't keep it there for long. It's like, oh, try this batch. Oh, it's just a mistake.
Yep. So Fieldhouse knows what they're doing. I suggest you guys try their beers whenever you see them, whenever possible. And if you can get those 6-packs and you can try all their beers, do that too, because it's worth it, man. So yeah, but 4.5 for that burr. Gonna take our standard furter. Furter. They call me the furter. There we go. There we go. So, yeah. But if you guys are wondering why we score our beers or where we even put those are on Untappd. That's UNTAPPD. That is the website and an app where you can score your beers, share your thoughts on beers, and get great suggestions on beers. But we advise you follow us on there at SLYK Radio. JP's on there at
JPizzletron.
And Shell's in there as Shell Shock Cosplay. So, sit down, grab your phone, pick up that mobile app, go to the website, and check it out. No, they don't sponsor us. I would like that, but it's just a good app. So, yeah, do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so, you know what, guys? That's it for our show.
Woo!
Huzzah! That was supposed to be huzzah, but huzzah!
to be fair.
To be fair, yes. Thanks for listening. Don't forget, we put out new episodes we put out new episodes Thursdays at 9:30 Mountain Standard Time, right here on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at SLYK Radio. So make sure you come chat with us live.
And when you see us roll through your feed, make sure to finger box that subscribe button, smash the likes, and become one of our Sly Knights.
I was really happy that Shell had been like, what is this? And then she couldn't maintain her shit.
She wanted to read that the last time she was on.
So, is not responsible for anything ever.
Produced by Slick Solutions somewhere in Colorado.
And Slick Radio's completely weightless.
Like your opinion.
Just kidding.
We care.
But your government doesn't.
Don't you forget it.
So, we love you guys. Have an absolutely fantastic evening. Go vote, because that's the only reason your opinion matters. Anyways, do good. Love you, Dusty.
Bye.